Welcome. Technology plays a major role in any social settings, particularly the last couple of centuries. Technology has developed tremendously. The entire human civilization historical dimension, if you look at that, technological growth happened very fast in a much more advanced manner in the last couple of centuries. That technology plays a crucial role in our social life. This is a one dimension. Technology enabled media platform and society. This is another dimension. We are going to understand these two dimensions in this program: technology and society, technology enabled media and society, and its relationship, impact, and other consequences in our routine life in a collective manner. That are the focus area of this program. The main aspect of technology, media, and society we have to contextualize in the communication point of view. Communication point of view means the media is no longer confined to one particular set of institutions. For example, companies, corporate companies, or powerful institutions and all. Technology, particularly the last couple of decades, technology enabled the transfer of power from institution to individual, and particularly through social media and digital media platform. That's a transition happened. There's a major shift in terms of communication pattern, many thanks to the advancement of technological platform in the last couple of decades. In this process, the transfer of power from institution to individual, what happened, right? The individual started enjoying freedom of expression. This is a very crucial part. When we got a technology enabled the media and individual and started participating, we have to understand the concept of freedom of expression. So this is very, very crucial in understanding the relationship between technology, media, and society. Let us go through a little bit about the conceptual framework of freedom of expression and press freedom. Actually, historically, if you look at that, it is in the ancient time onwards, there was a huge demand of expanding the concept of freedom of expression. It happened in the beginning itself. The many philosophers advocated for fundamental human rights, liberty, and freedom of speeches, and challenging the monarchy, regimes, and everything. It was historically, we have a very good track record of a demand for better freedom for individuals and the social context and all. The last couple of decades, we have witnessed a few instances that has motivated the more demand for freedom of expression, particularly 1791 American Revolution and 1789 French Revolution. These two upspring revolutionary movements made significant impact in the society in terms of enacting constitutional framework to guarantee the freedom of expression that will become a fundamental rights for many citizens across many global contexts. So these are the two important milestones in the development of guarantee through constitutional framework to provide the freedom of expression to the individuals and citizens. And this historical development as well as the revolutionary movement made a significant effect on the media and particularly related to freedom of expression. So this is one issue. And if you look at the implication of freedom of expression in the common life as well as in the social context, and one with the help of recent revolutionary movements and constitutional amendments and guarantees as well as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, all this started giving much more bigger platform for freedom of expression. And this has become a guarantee, and this has become another expansion for press freedom. Press freedom basically is a freedom for the media. In the sense it varies from the country to country in terms of political environment. If it is a democratic country and press in the sense the collectively media enjoys much more freedom. We are not saying complete freedom, it's much more freedom, and in many developing countries democratic setup. If you go to the developed countries context, where the freedom of expression is being expanded tremendously, and it's much more institutionalized, and the media enjoys freedom from powerful entities like a government, corporates, and other social institutions. So this is the developments of press freedom and freedom of expression in the subsequent to make sure that the freedom of expression should have similar rights and guarantees, and constitutional guarantee needs to be provided for individuals. That's why many international agencies, even NGOs and civil society organizations started developing standards. That's how this Press Freedom Index came, and they started measuring the performance of public media in the social context. They started their hierarchy, they're putting a hierarchy of different countries, and what level they are performing and what level the media enjoys press freedom and interference from various quota, all this being assessed, and based on which they started giving an index. This is also one of the challenges for individual countries to make appropriate efforts to enhance their level to reach better position in the press index, press freedom index part. And this is a positive outcome means there is an equal challenge from the digital age. The technology, that's what the main core theme of this discussion. Digital age also playing a major role in terms of introducing new challenges. Press freedom is available, freedom of expression is available through constitutions, and ethically level individuals are behaving in a public level. Since the individuals enjoys lot more freedom in terms of accessing to technological platform where they can become not only the user as well as producer, and no gatekeeping and nobody's monitoring, and it's individuals initiative and how far they are responsible in a society-wide communication depends upon the individual's commitment. So this scenario gave a new challenge called disinformation, misinformation, fake news, harassment, and privacy concerns. These are the issues, and these are the challenges we can consider within the context of freedom of expression and press freedom. And this is one that challenge means, but we have to consider the positive aspect of digital platform. The digital communication and the human rights, if you try to, we can connect in terms of technological platform, particularly in the digital media context, it gives a lot more power, a lot more opportunity for the individuals to enjoy freedom of expression. We don't need to take any approval or any concurrence from any individual or any institution or any other body to share certain information or not. So this is one way, it's a double-edged sword. We can enjoy that. It empowers the individuals to share more information in a very productive manner, because democracy wants more participation from the individuals. This is again that challenge we discussed about misinformation, disinformation. That also one particular point. The privacy is another concern. Privacy in the sense the major online platforms are owned by corporate companies. So they continuously they try to collect more information about the individuals. So say they create a profile about an individual. So that also, because without our knowledge that's happening, they created a profile of individuals. Accordingly, the information whatever we are accessing, right, get customized automatically as per our interest, as per our needs, as per our interest in purchasing something like that. So this is one biggest challenge, and since the individuals are playing multiple platform, and billions of people available, and there's no boundary on that. One particular country is not monitoring the platform. It gives a lot of other security concerns like harassment and cyberbullying. So these are the challenges in the technological platform level, and we have repeated many times. The India is one of the country with the highest number of internet users after China, and similarly more number of mobile users, and access is available, but there is a serious concern about a digital divide. Digital divide also makes sure that also affects the level of participation. Better access in technology, and better understanding about using the media, that guarantees the individuals to enjoy the freedom of expression, which is provided through the constitutional framework. So these are quite interlinked. The press freedom came, the technology developed, but we are equally facing some challenges and all. When we talk about digital communication and human rights, and one of the aspect is it provides substantial scope for many individuals who are normally doesn't have that much power, doesn't have that much opportunity to participate in the public platform. So the ICT is one platform that empowers individuals. Through that, they can enjoy much more human rights facilities. This is one of the outcome of internet connectivity or digital cyberspace. We can make this kind of conclusion out of this development. Particularly, when we so far we discussed about the freedom of expression and the technology and the challenges, we have to contextualize the relationship between the technology mediated communication and the society. And in this context, we can take an example of journalism. How? Because that's entertainment is another aspect. So we can divide the media into two levels: the real world and the fantasy world. Fantasy requires a different set of regulations, ethical consideration and all. And the real world, that's called a news or journalism, where a large number of institutions, powerful groups, many more players are interested to play, control, and occupy the public opinion space. So this is a more competitive environment where the technology plays a very, very crucial role. Let us understand the role of journalism within the framework of technology, media, and society. Before that, let us understand the basics of the role of journalism in a society, particularly the media, news media, either newspaper or online or the electronic media. Their purpose is basically to inform the public, to promote democracy or civic engagement. That's what the responsibility of press or news media, and they're supposed to safeguard the freedom of expression. So this is another, because of their fourth pillar of democracy, and similarly they are expected to foster transparency and accountability. And similarly, they have to provide the platform for marginalized voices, and this is, we call it as a media diversity. More diversity requires because of the social condition in which the people are living. Diversity is there existing in the society. Similarly, the diversity should exist in the media platform, or else because media will be blamed as catering to one section of the society. Unfortunately, that's not happening in the commercial media platform. And they're supposed to play a major role in countering misinformation and fake news. The reason is the media has inbuilt gatekeeping process. It filters the unwanted information through its very systematic newsroom operations. These are the purpose of journalism in any social context. If you look at we have understood the journalism. Similarly, if you understood the role of technology in a society, it's basically it shapes our routine life in terms of how we communicate, how we work, how we learn, how we used to entertain ourselves along with the family members, and how we interact with the world. All this dimension of our routine life is being highly influenced, shaped by the growth of different technological outcomes. This is one, and now we can see multiple levels of growth in terms of our routine life and its connection with the technology, be it mobile phone, smartphone, or Internet of Things. Or in that also, there's a lot of discussion, debate is going on artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and many more things. And the artificial intelligence, it maximize the output with the limited resources. That's one positive aspect is the quality of work can be streamlined in much more better, but it requires a limited workforce. So the people who are employed there or going to be employed in a particular sector might face some challenges in that part. And similarly, in terms of access to information and education, that provides the substantial growth in terms of accessing more information. Earlier, before the technological facility of digital platform, the classroom or university colleges are more confined to their campus. And in the sense, the teacher, the classmates, or other educational resources available within the campus. So that was the scenario in which the children used to grow, learn, and move forward to the professional life. But whereas in the contemporary scenario, in the digital age, the learning is going beyond the campus, beyond their family, and many times it's gone beyond the boundaries, geographical boundaries. And in online platform, billions of resources are available, and with the right skills and competency, we can acquire much more knowledge in a short span of time in multiple platform. Means no need to read everything in a textual format, and there are complex ideas can be present in a video or animated platform. So this is one advantage thanks to the technological development. And the point we discussed earlier about a digital divide, that is might be a challenge. Digital divide may not be a appropriate context currently we are living, but whereas we can contextualize the current scenario as a digital inequality, and we have the resources in terms of access, we have the resources in terms of information for the knowledge sake, and we have the scope for participation. Access, understanding, participation is being guaranteed through technology-enabled media platform. But the question is, how much an individual or large number of individuals can participate in this platform in terms of access, understanding, and participation. If there is a variation in these three dimensions of their interaction with the technology, that's called the inequality. The variation in terms of either because of lack of education, lack of financial support, or the locational disadvantage, and the language proficiency, and inability to understand the platform, or age factor, or the social inequality. If you take all this, the social offline problems, right, it might affect the connectivity and communication with the technology. This is another challenge with the relationship between technology and society. And particularly the social impact and cultural shift and ethical moral consideration. These are the another two major challenges in terms of while we are comparing the relationship between the technology and society. When we say that the communication power has been shifted from institutions to individuals, and now institutions are being controlled in the sense there are some constitutional framework to regulate the press, media, newspaper, radio, television, as well as there's an ethical consideration and independent regulatory bodies. There are multiple players are available in any social setup to monitor the performance of media. But whereas with the technology, we are saying individual can participate. Here the monitoring is very limited, and we can take an anonymous role. We can post materials without a name, and that's one of the reasons why the misinformation and fake news are going in uncontrolled manner. And this is a challenge for us. People might be posting, taking a different profile, different characteristics, from different location, different country, posting something in a different social and cultural context. There are a lot of challenges in that. These are the impact from the technological point of view, we can say that. And second, another, we understood the journalism in the context of technology and society. And we mentioned that it's information, sharing information, safeguarding the press freedom, and make sure that diversity is being maintained, and empowering the individuals. Freedom of expression is guaranteed, human rights, safeguarding the human rights, all this part. These are the responsibility of individuals, individual institutions. So let us understand the role of journalists in the 21st century. And they're supposed to be provide in order to counter the misinformation, they're supposed to give the objective reporting and truth seeking, and they're supposed to serve as a watchdog. Watchdog the means the media monitors the performance of public institutions, utilization of public money for the sake of public welfare. And since it's the fourth pillar of the democracy, they are supposed to monitor the performance of institutions. That's called watchdog. And the journalists supposed to safeguard the democracy and freedom of expression, similar to the institutions. They're supposed to safeguard the freedom of expression, and they should have sufficient skills and competence to navigate in the digital media landscape. They can use the digital media opportunities to enhance the reporting qualities, or in-depth understanding on analysis and presentation of viewpoints in the public platform, and ethical decisions, ethical reporting, ethical performance of newsroom, much more expected, and they had to be more accountable to their audience in particular, and society in general. These are the basic qualities of journalists in the current temporary field, 21st century. And in the interest of recent shift of power from institution to individual, thanks to the technology, the media, particularly the journalism and the news media, supposed to do a kind of justification for the society in terms of public interest, to safeguard the public interest. Public interest basically is a kind of effort done by the media to focus on reporting news that serves greater good, greater performance, greater benefits to the society. So anything that brings a better outcome for the society, that should be the focus of any news media. For example, environmental issues, climate change, climate crisis, the media should play a major role in terms of bringing various stakeholders for better dialogue, or at least bringing more awareness. Unfortunately, the media are business oriented, profit oriented. They'll try to focus on the content which attracts a huge attention. So whichever the content that attracts attention, they'll focus on that. This kind of social related, developmental based, welfare based, public interest stories and all, there are few takers, and naturally that may not bring the attention of large number of audience. So the media also slowly loses interest in focusing on that part. But that's what demanded, that's what needed in this kind of, particularly they had to focus on important issues like the people in the public life should hold, they are to accountable, and they have to inform the society about significant decisions affecting the social framework. These are the public interest journalism point of view, and particularly the public interest journalism plays a crucial role in a democracy in terms of informing the citizens about every major issues, policies, projects, affairs, and other matters related to internal and external aspects of the geopolitical issues, that they have to do it. And particularly when we are talking about public interest, there's an editorial independence also needs to be discussed. More importantly, we discussed about the diversity, media diversity, and media is supposed to play a role in bringing the diversity, diverse perspective, and bring the more objectivity in their reporting. And they have to they should not succumb to the capital pressure in terms of because that's a survival for them. 85% of their revenue comes from advertisements, so automatically they're indirectly controlled by the financial powerful institutions. So that is the biggest challenge for the media companies in terms of fulfilling the public interest journalism point of view, and they have to support and sustain the public interest in whatever cost. But that is one of the criteria, one of the guideline of many democratic countries, media guidelines. They recommend the social responsibility and safeguarding the democratic values. And the last point of the presentation is about we are talking about the technology, media, society, relationship and performance of media in this context and performance of individuals. But whatever the institutions or individuals, the ethics is a crucial point of view there. Ethics in the sense they have to be more concerned about the private data, privacy issues, and copyright and intellectual property rights needs to be honored, and they have to have a knowledge, either institutions or individuals or journalists. They should have skills and competency to access the right information, factually correct information, and they have to be responsible to use the technology in an appropriate manner. I was talking about artificial intelligence. It has its own positive and negative aspect, and the media professionals, individuals, they have to appropriately use the technology in a meaningful manner for the society, and whatever decisions and the individuals making through the technology for the information sharing participation, they have to be more responsible towards their audience. This is possible only if they follow more ethical guidelines. And with this, we are concluding this topic. And anything related to this, the topic of technology and media and society, if you have any concerns, wants to know more about the program, you can get back to the school, keep in touch with the School of Journalism and New Media Studies. The email ID is given that you can follow, and you can use that part. And thank you.